Hi, everybody. I'm Jen Giggles. Welcome to All on the Table. Today we're doing another special episode as Billy is not able to join us. Billy gets all of our best wishes as she recovers from the surgery she went through. But I am joined by three of our typical miscreants. I have sitting right below me, Matt playing a new character.
Hi to everybody, I'm Matthew R. Dawson, aka Scruffy Wanderer on the tweets and the instas. Today I'm playing Brick Wall Smasher, an orc barbarian! Rah!
And sitting right next to him is Tensei.
I think
it is.
Excuse me, I'm still recovering from a cold, so that was a cough trying to fight its way out.
Look, I started coughing the instant Matt said one before we went live, so... Hi, I'm Tensei. I am a miscreant. Thank you for noticing. Today, I will be playing an orc paladin. Or not paladin, champion. That's what they're called in this game. I keep messing that up. I've done it for the past hour.
Yes, champions, because you don't have to be a god's champion. You can just be a champion of people.
Don't be doing wrong. Don't be doing naughty things. I'm a wrestle you, apparently.
And last we have Kamen having joined us down there at the bottom of the page. We have a third character.
Yeah, her name is Patty Fangorious, the true superstar of the orc world. Basically, she is an orcish ranger who, I guess the conceit is she is infamous, but in kind of the way where she, approaches it like she's what a modern day idol would be like. But like for murder.
Right. Well, definitely for thievery, because I'm pretty sure you are a expert in thievery. So,
like thinking more cat burglary, but like boasting about everything she has taken afterwards, rather than having a nom de guerre.
Yeah.
And like, who's going to take the things back from her? You? I don't think
Maybe.
so.
Not at this level, though. That you got to leave that up to somebody else. This is a special episode, so everybody is level 18. They are much stronger than the characters in our main story, and we are up in the Broken Lands. If you take a look at the map, you will see in the upper right-hand corner, there's a section called the Broken Lands. And somewhere around in this area is a cottage. You've all received a letter to come to this cottage. It tells you what lake to go to and everything, and so you're all there. You get to see it. And that lake does provide a wonderful, wonderful view. You can see out in the lake an old building. Looks like it might have been made out of stone. You're not entirely sure, but you're approaching the cottage of the individual who you spoke to, or had sent you the letter, I should say. And this individual is just out in the is just out here living in the woods all by themselves, and they are asking for your help. So what do you guys do as you the three of you who have met before in your various travels together? So you kind of know each other, you know a little bit about what you're good at, You know that Patty uses the bow really, really well. Her longbow is like, skills are top notch. You know that Fang really likes jumping, you know, that Bricks really like just likes jumping in with his huge axe. But he does have some javelins that he likes to occasionally throw at things. And your champion is a master of using both the sword and the shield.
And wrestling and jumping.
And wrestling and jumping, yeah. It's just all around top notch at you know what happens, but you guys are going to approach. It's definitely a witch's cottage. You can tell it's got all the spells and stuff set up, wards around the outside. You could see alarm wards that you were walking past as you came closer. You're pretty sure that, you know, the person who sent you this letter knows you're here.
Well, Brick was very excited and proud of the fact that they were able to read the letter. So, they are just going to run straight up to the door and pound on it very hard.
A soft voice calls out to you. Do come in.
Still on pen mode.
Brick was very, very strong with his knocking with his 49. Natural 20.
Yes, thankfully your fists don't do that much damage. And it's a very thick door. But you do, you know, peel a layer off where your fist was. It just kind of, like almost a sheet of paper floats out and falls down.
Ooh, paper!
Hey, chat! Patty Fangorius here for another adventure.
So you guys, you hear her call out, come in.
Patty sachets up to the witch.
I do so need your help. Unfortunately, we have a very dangerous situation.
What seems to be the problem?
My wards on the island went off. There is a cult that has gone to the Temple of the Dragon. And this is never good. This is never a good thing.
Ooh, yeah. They got a real heated fan base over there. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I am fine having beef.
Brick is just standing there with his hand raised.
I think our friend has a question.
Yes, Brick?
If your wards go off, can't you turn them back on?
Yes, Brick, I do. But when they get turned off, it means something's going wrong.
Then, if you turn back on, does it go right?
No.
Brick just sits there.
That's why I called for you. I need you to fix the problem.
Think of it like a candle that burned out.
Brick know how to turn on wards.
It's not the wards, it's the people that are the people that turned them off, Brick. It's the people that turned them off.
We're gonna get to hurt people.
Care of them.
Oh, you want Brick to turn off bad people?
Yes.
Yeah, central nervous systems.
They'll just thunk their great axe down into the floor. Brick can do this.
Yeah, we know you're a neurologist.
Yeah.
What? He like nods really enthusiastically. Then what?
I feel like I might have a horrible misunderstanding of what you do in your spare time. You're the one that does like brain surgeries, right? I've done a lot of collabs this year. I'm so sorry.
I smooch melon head, make go boom.
He does.
You know, I guess
more,
that's a form of neurology.
He does more brain transplants, except with only one person.
Ah, okay. I must have been thinking about Brains McKenzie.
No, I plant this, and they hold up their axe. I plant this in brain.
Ah,
Oh, pithing. Yeah.
So, what you can go ahead and take my boat. I do want it returned when you're done. The island isn't that far. You can see it from shore. I'm sure you saw the old temple out there. Did you have any other questions? I'd need this done. If they resurrect a dragon god or summon something from the hells, I don't know what I'll do. This won't be safe. We just got rid of we just got rid of the evil overlords. Why do we want another one?
Oh, you don't.
yeah.
Especially not a dragon. But if you
Yeah,
know
found
about
out.
it, what can you tell me?
Well, it used to be a place where they worshipped an old dragon god. And for a while it was a place where they worshipped the dark orc god. I don't like saying his name, but they worshipped him there for a while. He was never fun to have around. Better than the dragons. Much better than the dragons. So, God, that dragon god was not fun at all. Disturbed me greatly, but, we can go there. You guys can head on over, and we'll take care of it for you. No big deal. You guys can take care of it for me. Get rid of them. If they've summoned it, stop whatever's involved. That it won't be a whole god yet. Hopefully.
Oh, we won't let it get to that.
Takes a lot more people to restore a god than what they took with them.
Yeah, if too many people are dead, then who's going to know when I do really cool stuff?
That's a good question. So, yes, but please take my boat. There's room for all three of you in it. Don't worry, and just bring it back when you're done.
All right. Any other bits we should be aware of?
No, that's all I've got at this point.
All right. You heard them, gamers.
Who do you talk to?
You're my comrades hating against the foes. Chat.
So there is this little mechanical thing that's about the size of a dragonfly that follows her all over.
Oh shoot!
That's
Yeah,
all
we
there
can
is to it.
actually a streamer.
You've seen these, you've heard of these things before from the really strange stuff that happens way down south. You don't know how one of them wound up here or following around an orc in the cold wastelands of the north, but what can you do?
Brick
Yeah.
smashes things.
Yes.
They like watching me hurt people, and I like getting paid for it.
She motions you off to where the boat is. If you step outside, you can see it just a little ways off. And take your trip.
Brick will go over and pick up the boat and put it on his shoulder and, okay, where am I taking this?
You put it back down in the water and row.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that like that allows you to sit when you get from place to place, rather than just having to swim everywhere.
But I'll get all wet if I go in the water and hold it.
Yeah, that's why we were using the boat. The boat will keep you separated from the water. Think of it like oil, except it won't also make you wet.
Brick, you've ridden in a boat. We did this last year.
That's true. That's true. We got so many views that time.
I don't know what that means. Don't explain it.
People watched while I threw up over the boat.
Yeah, that got a lot of good reactions. I'm sorry you went viral after that. That was a horrible plague.
Oh, I was viral before. That's why I threw up.
Yeah. Yeah.
What viral mean?
Well, it meant that you caught a disease. You probably shouldn't have been eating that stuff off the floor, as funny as it was.
It tastes good.
We got strong immune systems, but they're not invincible, buddy.
Brick will just shrug.
Okay.
Come on, Brick, let's just grab this stick and just keep moving it until we get to where we need to go.
Brick will go and just rip a tree branch off. Okay.
Yeah, that should work.
You eventually make it to the island.
Do we?
Do we?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes. Almost entirely due to your help.
I mean, Patty is going to still row. She's just going to keep encouraging Brick.
Brick just rows in the opposite direction half the time.
Spike is literally just like on the front, just pointing towards the direction like an objective compass.
Oh yeah, I used to stream Crazy Taxi. That's what I would call whenever, like, you know, a cab downtown would go haywire because somebody would, like, really set off the horses. It was great. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find ways to make the anachronisms make sense.
No,
They really don't.
It's so good.
perfectly fine. Because it exists in Galarian, in the Pathfinder universe. There's also Starfinder, which occurs concurrently.
I did not know that.
Sometimes in the future. So there could very well be aliens enjoying your show who have given you these weird thoughts by having this dragonfly camera thing constantly following you.
I love my drone.
That's fascinating. I love this world.
It is such a weird world.
I need to play Pathfinder more often.
Yeah, you can play, like, there's a whole group of clockwork people who aren't clockwork. They're leftovers of when aliens crash landed, like a couple millennia ago. You can find the timeline. It's online for free. You can read the stories. It's amazing. All right, so you guys arrive, and there is a very large door. It's almost 15 feet across.
All right, we seem to have encountered some kind of door.
And it is open. And it is a good, like, 20 feet high, by the way, like, huge door.
Can Brick kick it open wider?
No. It has been, the doors have maxed opened.
I'll take it and I'll close one side of it just so that Brick can kick it open.
Brick will just come charging, kicks it.
Well, chat, this is an obvious trap. What should we do? Oh, wait, Brick is already in there. So sorry, chat. We can play Control Patty's Adventures later.
So inside you see a giant stone hand. And when I say giant stone hand, I mean, like, you could use it for a chair-sized hand. off to the side, and dead center is a giant skeletal throne. It has made out of bones, giant spines, looks like potentially rib pieces coming off of it. And then there are 2 sarcophagi in the room. They are of a king and a queen, and it says, "All hail the dragon slayers" on the front of their sarcophagi. To your left, there's a giant glowing portal.
Well,
That's
that's not something you see every day. Sorry, I'm trying some new material. So, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should, like, throw something at it? Patty's, like, looking around for a rock to throw.
Brick will go and pick up the lid of the sarcophagus nearest him and then just throw it through the portal.
Nothing happens.
we should really avoid desecrating these graves. This is and Spike runs his hand over the word Dragon Slayer. Like, this is holy ground.
True. Big hole now.
No. Yes, that's what I mean.
So,
Brick will give the hand a high five.
nothing happens. It just sits there like a giant stone hand. And when you hit it, though, it doesn't quite feel like stone. You think it might be flesh.
This
Huh.
is squishy.
Think stone giants.
Chat, no, I'm not just gonna, like, bite the hand.
What?
I would never do that to my adoring fans. It's a pun on bite the hands it feeds, you see.
I don't think it's fed you, has it? Has it?
No, my chat feeds me attention. And then
I
sometimes they send me down crystals and I eat them.
Okay.
I call them bits.
That's about my reaction to. Okay.
What?
Do you want the crystals?
Are they
No.
I mean, I like them. But I also have a hell of a sweet tooth. But
Brick is hungry.
that's why I'm Patty Fanglorious, is because these are artificial, because they got cavities. Brush your teeth, kids.
It's rock candy. They pay her in rock candy.
Yeah.
So, you guys gonna go through the portal?
What's a? There's different kinds of portals. Is this like a Stargate portal where it's kind of got like a surface tension to it, or is this like one that we can see through, or like?
It's a mixture between a Stargate and one you can see through. You can kind of see on the other side of it a giant plane of bones.
And the sarcophagus.
Actually,
I
wait.
threw
Before we
there.
do that,
And the sarcophagus lid, but it's got like a bit of a surface tension, so it's a semi-opaque or semi-translucent like thing, and it looks kind of moves like a bit like water.
I kind of want to just put my fingers like on the surface of it and feel around, and then like slowly break the surface tension of it, just to see what it feels like on the other side.
You put your hand through, it feels kind of normal, but then it pulls you all the way through.
Oh, I was about to do something funny.
That can be the reason it pulls me through.
When Spike was touching it, Brick would just walk up behind you. Good job! Smack on the back.
I trip on through.
How just follows?
You're all alone in the temple, Brick. What are you gonna do? You can see your friends kind of sort of on the other side of the portal.
I'm kind of hungry still.
You know, Patty had candy. You saw her eating it.
Brick just kind of shrugs and goes back in the boat. No, I'm kidding.
He's got to find out where to take the boat.
Maybe they went back to the boat. I don't know. No,
You can see them. You know they're not at the boat.
We're literally on the other side of the portal, just...
Mm-hmm. But Brick turned around and promptly forgot about him. They have no no memory beyond like 30 seconds. No, I'm kidding. Of course, Brick goes through too.
Check it out. It's like we're watching Brick through a screen.
I'm sure there's like 10 minutes of Brick just standing there, scratching their head, looking at it. They can see the other two on the other side. This is weird. Goes over to the other side of the portal, back again. Finally, after like 10 minutes of this, Brick finally steps through.
Okay. You guys come out to a giant plain of bone. It's huge. There's pillars all over the place, like stacks of bone sticking up. You can see them kind of like the ones here and here. And hang on, you guys didn't
Say, we
move.
are not on that. Yeah.
I swear, I drag the little icon to say move, and it just takes you back. So, like, these two are like tall pillars. You're on this plain full of these, but you can kind of see a temple up in the distance, kind of on a hill. And this entire thing, you're just walking on top of bones.
Spike, you take these bones.
Just because that's my name doesn't mean that I just take and I start rummaging through the big bone pile to see if there's like a cool stick, but bone.
No, it's almost like they're fused together. You can't really take anything out of it. It's just kind of like a pillar of bones, but they're like fused into solidness. It's why you don't like sink down when you're walking. It's just like, it feels weird there. It's a little crunchy, but you never quite break anything because it's like much more solid than you would expect.
I want to try something fun because this is the double-edged sword of playing a character who is automatically at a high level. I have expeditious search, which means I can check this room really quick.
When I say it's a plane, I mean it's like thousands of yards of just bones and pillars.
This is like
as far as you can see. It's not
like
a room.
Endgame Cruelty Squad.
Huh?
Gotcha. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so as I said, you can see a stone temple up, the stone building, maybe like looks kind of like another temple way off in the distance. So, and you'll be approaching, and your best guess is that's probably where you need to go.
Well, gamers, you think I should go into the dangerous dungeon? I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I think I'm going to go in the dungeon.
I say we'll come
This
back
is
to
my
this
own
later.
choice.
These are quality bones. We should definitely come back here.
All right, so do you all get up around this one? The doors are shut here.
Okay. I was gonna investigate the
Oh.
the Diablo 1 health pool of blood.
Do you know how long it took me to make that appear? Because that's not a thing in my map maker. I had to figure out how to make a pool.
It's very good.
That took a bit.
Chat, you want me to, like, do a blood sacrifice? No, that's silly.
You can't see
Funny,
it yet.
but
The doors
silly.
are shut. You cannot see inside. This is like closed off solid stone. It's not even, doesn't even have windows anywhere, and it's very strange.
Brick, this
Oh,
is
I
your
meant this is
job.
like what she was like, the door itself, because it was locked.
Yep, the door's locked. Everything's closed off. You can't get in. It's Brick's turn. Brick does have Brick is tied for the highest strength.
Brick will like to smash! Just hit it with a great axe.
You're
51.
you're wasting all these crits on doors. It's amazing.
Door fighter!
We're changing your last name after this.
Well, Brick does shatter apart the door with a couple of really good chops. It collapses, and you guys step in.
I do that to walls too! That's how I got my name!
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
When I was baby, I pick a brick and throw it, and it smash a wall.
You broke a wall with a wall. Okay, cool.
So, you guys enter inside.
Yeah.
There are some very large, like giant-sized benches that you can see on the sides here. It's a very tall building once you're in. There is a giant pool of blood in the middle of this, thing. It's raised up a little bit, like it's kind of standing up, but it's big enough that you can see into it. It's rather large. And there is a bone. There is a dragon skull on top of a pedestal. And you hear the final words of a chant as you bust open the door and a huge grunt going. "Urgh!" And as the skull falls, and I unfortunately can't make it disappear because map making tools vary depending on where I'm at. You see a very small frost giant who is behind it. When I say very small frost giant, I mean he's like your size instead of being as big as he's supposed to be.
Puny!
You are too late.
Too late for...
I have summoned the god. Now die to feed
Why?
him and his resurrection. And
Why?
he charges at you.
Why?
Don't ask why. Don't ask why.
Drink Bud Dry.
Why not?
You can definitely
I don't know
see
if those in character or not.
you can definitely see a wide grin underneath the face mask. This is exactly what we're here to do.
To bone!
All right, make your initiative checks.
Okay, I got the enhanced initiative, baby.
Yeah, you get bonuses to yours.
Also, why is Roll20 being so weird right now?
I don't know. It's Roll20.
Froze.
I do see your initiative.
The Frost Giant.
I see the
Breaking into
Frost
the
Giant.
fourth wall.
I see Frost Giant, Spike, and Brick. I don't see anyone else's.
Yeah, I'm about Morb.
Should be on that
Oh.
right hand side, towards the bottom of the towards the middle of that right hand side.
Yeah.
Under
That should be where
perception.
it is.
Oh, that just shows the rule for it.
Yeah. You got to click the word initiative and it should roll.
Gotcha. There we go.
Okay.
Oh my god.
That's what I expected from Patty's rolls.
Jesus. Okay.
Too bad I can't see the map anymore now.
Yeah, a plus 30. That's definitely better than my plus 28. Still.
Yeah. Patty has massive numbers to rolls. So
I can't believe you only roll with a modifier that's 4 higher than the two of us.
Mm-hmm.
well, when you roll a 19,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, that's the difference between rolling a 19 and an 8.
Both Matt and I rolled bad.
all right. So there is a Frost Giant in front of you. He is a Frost Giant in all but size. So feel free to do some damage. He can take it.
Cool. So to start the show with the Hunter's Anthem, it's going to do a lot of attack whenever we fight with it.
Yeah, it is an extremely good bow. That is one of the canonical bows, not something I made up. Let's see, you rolled a 65. What is his AC? Oh yeah, you did that's critical damage to him.
Good.
So yeah.
And let's use Monster Hunter instead.
No, you gotta spend a round actually planning to target someone.
Oh, cool. Then
But when you use that, you get tons of bonuses because you have 2 Monster Hunter feats.
yup. My plan was to do that, and then I clicked on the bow, forgetting that it would just roll.
Yep. So it's all good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, that plan turned out well.
Now it's Brick's turn.
Yes, so, since we are in battle, I would like to rage!
Okay.
And then I would like to use my mighty leap to jump over to...
Yep. You can do that.
And it's called, what is it called here? Sudden leap! I'm going to make a jump and then strike at the same time!
Uh-huh.
Hoosh! Boom!
You do have to roll your athletics to do the leap,
That's fine.
but it shouldn't be hard to beat.
39!
Oh, look, you beat it.
And smash!
Okay, roll your attack.
36.
36 hits. It is not a crit, but it does hit.
35 points of damage! And I believe that was 2 actions, so I get to do 1 more. 47.
47 more points of damage.
No, that's my second attack roll.
Oh, your second attack. That's a crit.
Nice. So that would be a total of 78 points of damage.
You leap over, smack him, and then pull back the other direction, decapitate, like splitting him from like down here up through the other side of his neck with your ancestral great axe. This was the axe that's handed down from clan leader to clan leader for decades, centuries even, and it is now yours.
And then to end my turn, I just want to scream out, brain surgery!
You can do it, buddy. I believe in you.
The frost giant has died. Just saying. The frost giant has died. To be fair, he's half the level you are, so this was kind of expected.
Yeah.
Chat, I'm not gonna like loot the body.
You hear screeching outside.
I
Like
hear it.
pain, like pain, panicked screeching, or like pterodactyl scream.
Pterodactyl screeching? Kind of. I mean, it's sentient, but it's not in
It's not like a pain to terror kind of.
no.
Is it more like a Dio Brando kind of deal?
No, it's a draconic screech.
Ah,
Oh, okay, I'm here then.
like the kind of dragon would make.
You'd think so, yes.
Unless we're still in initiative, in which
I
case.
suppose a dragon.
You are in initiative.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Oh,
It
sorry, I
is-
thought you were adding more things to the.
I did. What do you do?
Well,
Are you gonna run outside?
I'm gonna stride. That's the word I'm looking for. To right there. And I'm gonna figure out what dragon this is.
You can't see anything from where you're at.
How tall is this building?
Like a good 80 feet. It's huge. The door is way too small for what it was, for how tall it is, but it seems to be like just weirdly tall inside.
Sorry, 2, 7.
Jen, I wanna get as far up this building as I can.
Okay. Roll your athletics to climb.
Okay. 41.
Yeah. You just normally you could easily as a climb leader just everybody would get up 20 feet every round, per as a stride. But with your action, you reach you get about 40 feet up the side of the building, but it's kind of like, think about one of those giantly weird A-frames, right? You're about 40 feet up and you can kind of see around the side of it. And you see two of these things up here. That's your entire move, but you see these two things flying.
Jen, what are these vulture birdmen?
They are they're something from the abyss. They're called the Vrak.
I'm zooming all the way in. These guys are cool.
So they do not like diabolic things, right? So the Abyssals are demons. They're more on the chaos and just doing whatever the fuck they want. They're also easily distracted by things. So whatever reason they were here, you're now food, and one of them attacks you. Because it goes before you and it was waiting to see what happened.
Of course.
Because, why wouldn't it? It flies over to you and tries to bite at you with its beak. So this one is here. It is right next to you, up the wall. You're up the wall, so it's also in the air.
Yeah.
And it bites at you with its beak. Does a 38 hit? I don't remember.
A 38 does not hit because due to combat climber, I'm not flat-footed right now.
No, you aren't. And it also gives swipes one of its claws at you. It's struggling because you are next to the eave, so you're a little bit kind of in a weird position on this A-frame temple.
Yeah, he's like, you've made me a person in like deep full plate, but I almost want to like have him like have an arm in the wall and then like dodge this way and then like flip this way and kind of flip up and like do weird vertical maneuvers on the side of this building.
Sure. It's all flavor for that.
Yeah.
So it's trying, like, its claw gets hooked into the roof, but its beak came in really quick at you, just sharp and fast. And when it pulls its claw out, part of the roof comes with it. Like, so you guys now have some light streaming in from above, right about here, where the roof got destroyed.
Fun.
All right. And then the second Vrock, seeing that there's something over here, also flies over. And seeing as where you're at, decides to flip and try and hit you with its talons.
No.
Does not reach you. It's closer because it's not blocked by the roof at all, but
Jen, I have a question about the Pathfinder system that I'm not sure has come up. Do attacks follow the same crit fail rules as like skill checks?
No.
Okay.
But yes.
Because both of these last two are more than 10 below my AC.
So those are failures unless you roll a natural 1, in which they become a crit failure, or you have a special ability or feat that lets you trigger something against them.
I don't think I do.
I did not put anything in on you for that.
Okay, all right.
That's one of those complicated things where there's a few but not a lot of them. So, yeah. So you hear things hitting the wall, and like you saw, Spike run outside, turn, and just start climbing up the wall. And so you now cannot see anything else. Top of the turn, and it is Patty's action.
I think this time I might want to use Monster Hunter to be able to hit harder.
Yep, so you got to move out, spot the thing.
Ooh, can you
then use your Monster Hunter?
If it
part of the roof was taken off, right?
I was just gonna say that if like part of the roof was taken off, can you see through the hole over here?
Roll perception. See if you can spot it.
Cool. I'm gonna perceive 47.
What is that? Hang on, brain. That's not what I wanted. This is what I want. Okay, you can see them. You can definitely see something moving out there, right? So it's not Spike, because it's not green and shiny, it is red and black.
Okay.
So it has greater.
I believe
it has what's referred to as greater cover, which would be +4 to its AC.
Gotcha. I'm going to try to snipe through the hole in the window. Then, if I can't use full Monster Hunter.
I mean, you can. I mean, you can see it. So you can use Monster Hunter because you can see it. It just has cover.
Oh, then yeah, I'm going to use Master Monster Hunter.
Okay.
So, nearly encyclopedic knowledge of all the creatures in the world, nature to recall knowledge to identify any creature, and the benefits of Monster Hunter and Monster Warden.
If you have it.
I have Masterful Warden.
That's not the same thing.
Gotcha. And, yeah. Would this be another rule for Monster Hunter?
So in this case, you roll natural. You got to roll nature to you got to roll nature to see it, or nature to figure out what it is.
Okay. 35.
Okay. Just a moment here. Okay, so you have Monster Warden, Master Monster Hunt. So you do have Monster Warden. Okay. So where is hang on. Let me load up a copy of the player core just a second. There is so much here. Just a second. So Master Monster Hunter. And then we want Monster Hunter. You get a +1 circumstance bonus to your next attack roll against that prey. Okay. And then so you get a +1 circumstance bonus there. And you understand how to defend yourself and others against your prey. You and your allies gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your next saving throw or to your AC against that creature's next attack. So
sounds good.
Yeah. So Monster Warden gives you a +1 to a save or AC against one action or one attack or spell against you, and then you get a +1 to your next attack. Let me just see here. Okay. That's it.
Okay.
Yep.
So is that my whole turn, or can I fire a shot too?
You get to fire a shot.
Cool.
Because that was just one action to recall knowledge.
Cool. I'm assuming that using Hunted Shot is another action. Or not Hunted Shot.
Any strike is an action. Some of your other ones will take additional actions. Like
I mean like Hunter's Aim. But yeah, that's another action.
Hunter's Aim is another action. Yeah.
But if I do that, would I still be able to fire?
Yeah, because you have 3 actions in a turn.
Cool. Then I'm going to use Hunter's Aim as well. So again, a +2 circumstance bonus to the attack roll.
You get a +1 to this circumstance bonus to the attack roll because of the because you made your check. So it's just the 1 +1.
Oh, so it doesn't stack.
No, well, one's an AC bonus, so it helps you not get hurt, and the other one helps you hurt them. And
Okay.
then if you take and you do an aim, like if you do Hunter's Aim or penetrating shot or targeting shot, however many actions those take, you gain that benefit as well. So what does Hunter's Aim do for you?
That is the +2 circumstance bonus to the attack roll and ignore the prey's concealed condition.
So you gain 3.
Yeah.
You gain a +3 to your attack.
Cool. And with that all in mind, I am ready to fire.
Go ahead.
Okay, so that's 53 plus 3.
And it ignores its cover bonuses.
Mhm.
So I didn't expect these things to last long. They're not that much. They're not that high. But what is AC? Yeah, you critically hit it.
Go team.
So okay. You do technically have, if see, hang on, let me just take a quick look here at that. It's Hunter's Aim. Just make sure I double read the stats on this one. Hunter's Aim was 2 actions, so that took you 2 actions to you when you make that strike. So that's the end of your turn. Okay, now
Yep.
it is Brick's turn.
Can Brick see the flying things?
You heard one screech when it got hit with the arrow that was just fired.
Brick will pick up the dragon skull next to him and throw it through there.
The dragon skull is in the pool and it's gone. Like, it disappeared. It's part of the ritual.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I can't remove it from the map. It's just the way the maps are built. Unfortunately, I didn't have that effect.
Is this thing a like a platform or something that was on it? It was on.
It's a pedestal. Yeah, there was a pedestal there.
Can I pick that up and throw that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you can.
Yes, because I have the throwing thing. What's it called?
Yes, you do.
Is that the feat's name? The
That's
throwing
the
thing?
feat's name, as far as Brick knows. Oversized throw. So with a great heave, you can seize a piece of your surroundings, such as a boulder, log, table, wagon, whatever, and hurl it at your foes. It's got to be my size or one size smaller. I make a ranged strike attack with the object. Regardless of the result, the object takes the same amount of damage it would deal on a success. And since I have all these cool things, it does a stupid amount of damage. So
You can just like pick up the like this. It's a 2-piece pedestal, so it's roughly a medium-sized thing piece of this pedestal. You just take off half of it and chuck it.
Yes. Whoosh! I rolled a 47! And since I am still raging, it does 40 damage!
It doesn't do 3d10, I thought.
It said in there that if I have, let's see, here it is. Where did it go? Yeah, the damage increases to 2d10 if you have the weapon specialization, or 3d10 if you have greater weapon specialization. And I see I have greater weapon specialization.
Got greater weapon specialization.
Yeah.
And it does, and it's a critical hit because the thing's AC, even with the concealment bonus, is not high enough to avoid the +10 over AC to take the critical hit.
Sweet.
So you just did 89 damage to this thing.
Brick throw! That was my first one. Is there anything? Can I grab other things and keep throwing them? Because I would really like to do that.
There is the second half of the pedestal top.
Why not? Throw number 2. That's another 40.
Fun.
That is not sufficient to trigger the critical hit, but it does hit.
Hey, whatever. It's still 45 points of damage.
Okay. There's a big hole in the wall right next to you. And you, like, literally, oh, by the way, you have a third action you could take if you really wanted to, and there is the pedestal base.
Works for me. Why not? Last one is a 33.
That does hit, too.
34 points of damage.
So you're up there. You're just above the door, and like an arrow comes flying through and catches this thing right in the shoulder, and it just screeches in pain. And you're not quite sure what it said, but boy, oh boy, does it look like it hurt. And almost immediately thereafter, a chunk of marble comes flying through the wall, smashing parts of the wall right next to your face. It's like right here. Splash! And all the stones and stuff scatter onto it, and it's just like struggling to fly up. It comes back up just in time to catch another piece of marble in the face, and as it's dazed, kind of like blinking as it flaps its wings, what looks like a quasi-spear-shaped chunk of marble takes it right in the center of the chest, and it collapses to the ground.
And then you just hear Brick's voice from the inside screaming, "Archery!"
I'm gonna walk off screen for a second. You see through the giant hole that you've now made in the side of the wall. Just
These are my game.
So, there is another one right next to you, but it's your turn, Spike.
I've been reading up on grappling during everybody else's turn, and I don't know if this is an optimal move, but I want to do it because it's cool. I want to jump off the wall and grab this thing.
Yes!
and bring it to the ground
Yes!
with me.
I love that.
Okay. Go right ahead.
I have 40 tabs open because grapple does so many things. Athletics.
It really does.
All right, does 41 beat his fortitude DC?
Oh, let me just double check the rules because it's grappling. No, that is not what I clicked. That's what I clicked. Okay. Well, I gotta make a roll then, I guess.
Well, it should just have a fortitude DC.
Yep, here we go.
10
Yeah,
plus 4.
it definitely beats his fortitude DC
Does it beat it by 10?
by 20.
Oh my god. Okay. Jesus. Okay. So it is restrained, which means it can't use attack or manipulate. It is also immobilized, so it can't use moves. And it is off guard, so it takes -2 AC.
Okay.
And I'm relatively certain it stops flying too.
It does. You both crash to the ground.
Yeah.
I need you to make a athletics check. You're not taking damage. It's you trying to hold on to this thing because you just smashed into the ground.
Right, that's fair. 49.
You still hold on to it. It's still standing, but your turn is used up because it's 3. Technically you still have another action or 2 because it's 1 action to grapple something.
I'm assuming it would be 1 action to jump off the wall as well.
Yeah. So you still have 1.
Well, I guess it is within 5 feet of me, so it wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, you've literally grappled it and it fell, and now you have technically 2 more actions.
Okay. God, what does a neck splitter look like?
An orc neck splitter?
Yeah.
Oh, let me see if I can find an image. Hang on.
Oh, it's a big axe.
It is a big old one-handed axe. It's not a two-handed great axe. It's just a one-handed axe with double bit.
So I think I've got like one arm around this thing and the other arm like grabs the axe, turns it and like points it inwards. And I'm gonna do a sunbeam. Sunblade.
Okay. Do a sunblade.
Is there bright natural light?
No.
Okay.
This is just weird lighting. You don't know exactly what it's doing.
Okay. All right. Does a 38 hit it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
38's hang on. 38's a critical.
Okay.
No, that's exactly 10 over, so
Is that crit or does it have to be over 10 over? I'm forgetting my rules.
I think that's a crit. Technically,
Okay.
that's a crit. So,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
it didn't double the other ones.
well,
Is it
it's your-
is it evil or I'm assuming not undead, but
Oh, it's evil, but those
Okay.
those don't get doubled.
oh okay. Oh, they don't. Oh, okay.
No, those don't get doubled. It's only your base damage that gets doubled. So, let's see. So
Okay.
how much is that? It's 50.
It's 65. 15 of which is good, is 50 of which is fire.
Also says there's 20 positive.
That is if it's undead.
Oh, if it's undead, this is definitely not undead. It's evil though. It is not a good creature. It's from the abyss. So, okay. So 65 damage. Okay. Let me just do some quick checks here.
God, that's so many ones in that good damage.
It is, but it's weak to good,
Oh, okay.
so it takes an additional 10 damage anyway. This thing is not happy. I need you to make a save.
Okay.
You get the +1 too, right?
Oh god, it's gonna dimension door away as a reaction?
No, it's its turn now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Its turn is next. It's like, no, I'm not going to live through this. I'm going to dimension door away. You need to make a save versus I want you to make a reflex save, DC 26. I'm pretty sure as long as you don't roll a 1, you make it.
Okay.
It's close.
Yeah. I did roll real bad.
You did, but as I said, I'm pretty sure if you don't roll a 1, you make it. And I was correct. So you kick off of it as it just casts Dimension Door and pops away. Whoop. It has gone away because whatever was going on here wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Its buddy got
fair.
murdered in like within 3 seconds. Its buddy was dead and it was on the ground in pain. No. The Vrock has run away.
Brick will come charging out through the door, holding his axe or their axe in one hand and a piece of rock in the other. Where go?
Oh, hey, wait a minute. Is somatic components manipulate?
Somatic is your hand motion. In this case, pointing the blade at someone. is the somatic component.
Of Dimension Door.
Oh, of Dimension Door? No, it's at will for him. He doesn't actually have a somatic component. It's
Oh, okay.
I may have clicked the wrong one. I think he has that's level 5. I think is it technically level 4 was the at will. That's the one I was supposed to use, but it has 2 versions of Dimension Door on it. I'm like, no, that's not right.
Okay, got it. No further questions.
Okay. All right. So this is done. You guys know the dragon was summoned. And so we're going to take a break. And we'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes to find out what
Go
happens
team.
next.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I love that comic.
Welcome back, everybody. I am, as usual, Jen Giggles, and we're here on All on the Table, finishing up our special episode of Secrets of Small Gods. Our trio has just killed a couple of Vrox and a miniaturized frost giant. That's not the end of their day. They now have to get back to the portal and figure out what happened with this summoning spell that destroyed a dragon skull. So what are you guys going to do next?
Chat. I'm not just gonna throw my friend into the thing. Like, no.
Brick is going to sit down for a minute.
Yeah, I know. We're not doing it.
There's no evidence of a summoning on this side of the portal, right?
Oh no, everything happened here. Like this was this pool of blood is where the summoning happened.
Right, but
And-
like the actual like manifestation part of the summoning.
No, it let off a big beam, a big thing went up through the ceiling, and that was it. Something happened. But you don't know what or where. The Vrox showed up here because something happened here. But you don't know what else may have happened elsewhere?
I've got to find out. I almost want to say like take off in a random direction and just like look for signs of thing has happened.
Well, the only thing you can see that's different, and you probably don't want to get too far away, is where the portal is. Like, there is, like, you were up on top of that building, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing but bone fields everywhere. It's pretty identical.
Okay. How's the portal different?
It's stone.
Oh, you mean it's different than the landscape, not different than when we came here?
Right.
Okay.
It's the only thing you can see that doesn't look like everything else. This building and that portal. And you were like 40 some feet up in the air, and you didn't see anything different.
All right. We're going back to this portal and looking through it.
Okay. You guys are walking through the bone fields.
Cool.
So you're saying that we've made a bone train.
Yeah,
No, nobody's.
something like that. Something like that.
Would you like to ride on the bone train? Rick and Morty quote.
I played Roller Coaster Tycoon. I know how this ends.
We do not have time to construct a train out of these bones, Brick. We have to
Remember,
get back.
As long as they die outside of of the borders of your park, it doesn't count.
What?
All right, you guys are walking through these bone fields, heading back. You just literally pillars and stacks of bones all around you. And you hear some rattling.
Someone
And-
playing dice.
They look. They could have
Rattling
just
bones.
popped out of the. They could have just popped out of the.
The bone zone.
Out of the ground. You don't know where they came from. They just kind of suddenly appeared. But when everything looks the same, they could have easily been hidden. You have a skeletal Hulk and some skeletal giants nearby. What should we do? You guys got to roll for initiative, huh? I think that sounds about right.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. Maybe. 44. God, 52. Jesus Christ.
Number 52.
I rolled an 11.
All right, just give me a moment here. Make sure I get everything rolled properly. Just a second. Whoop. That's not the right thing. There we go. That's the right thing. That's the Hulk. There we go. All right. That's the right thing. And let's see here. Yeah, we can use that. That'll make the numbers will be fine. Okay. Let's get this sorted, shall we? All right. Patty is up first.
All right, with there being so many monsters,
There's only 3.
One for each of us.
There is a skeletal Hulk and 2 skeletal giants.
would Monster Hunter apply the same for all 3, since one's just like a larger version of the other?
No, it will only apply to the same type.
Gotcha. I'm assuming I can't just fire...
No, it does take it's 2 actions, so you can shoot and hit 1, and that's your first attack. And then you can just shoot a second time for a second attack. But
Guess I could try Monster Hunter and then attacking twice. Would that work?
let's see here, just a second. Yeah, if you did your Monster Hunter, the Master Monster Hunter, right? That's only one action to roll to gain. You got to roll your recall knowledge, and then you gain the benefits of it for 1 action. So if you roll your recall knowledge, that will work against these ones, or just against this one. And it picks a single creature. So per the instructions, is a single creature type, not creature type.
Gotcha. I'll do the other 2 to help out the other. Actually, it looks like I'm closest to the big one, so I might do it for the big one just to.
Just do it for the big one. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
So that's 47 for nature.
Yep, you succeed.
And I'm going to fire twice.
Okay.
Oh, that. Wait, sorry, wrong one.
That's not the right attack.
Yeah, there's the Hunter's Anthem.
Yep, and then you got to click the number 2 on Hunter's Anthem to do the second attack.
Cool.
Okay, and you're attacking the Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those are critical hits.
Cool.
It's dead. You destroyed it.
Hulk smashed!
I get it. No, I'm not going to make any witty one-liners about it being a bonehead. Listen,
That's the thing
Oh,
that
hi.
just appeared right there. It screeches as you've destroyed the Hulk and pops into existence. You're up against the Skull Taker.
oh no, the next level.
Oh,
Oh no, not the next level. Not the next level remotely.
Ah,
But it is.
why
technically-
would you discriminate and only take skulls? All of the bones are good.
It is Spike's turn, and the Skull Taker is right next to him.
Oh, Jen, you know what I'm gonna do. You know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hug that boy and drag him to the ground.
Well, let me just confirm if he's actually got a flying speed. Fly just a second. Yep, it does have a fly speed, so it is up in the air. This is the nearest pillar to it, right here. That is close to its height. Wait, where'd everybody go? There you are. Ah. Losing track of my tabs. So this is the one that's closest to it.
Okay. Sorry, I'm looking at several of my jump things.
Spike is a medium creature as well, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, theoretically, if I were to pick up Spike and throw them, that would be an oversized throw.
No.
Why?
Hey, how
Because
far
it's
up in the air is
completely-
it?
It's a completely separate feat that lets you toss a friend. Sorry.
How high up in the air is it, Jen?
It's about 60 feet up, 40 feet up, 40 feet up about. Yeah. This is the-
okay.
This is the pillar that that's closest if you want to go up a pillar. But it's only about 40 feet in the air.
40 feet.
If you do the math, you can hit it from where you're at by jumping.
I can. I'm doing the math right now. I have about a 60% chance to succeed if I just straight up jump from where I'm at.
Yeah.
Because I can jump my high jump becomes my long jump like calculation,
Yep.
which is just feet equal to athletics check.
Yep.
Okay.
You can make it.
I can make it. I've got a decent shot of making it, though not perfect. Oh no, because I have powerful leap as well, so I get an extra 5 feet. It's actually this is actually gonna be real easy to just jump straight up in the air and grab this guy. So I need to roll at least a 35 on an athletics check to jump up in the air.
And
high
your
enough.
athletics is what?
My athletics is plus 31.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got
So-
like a 90 some or 80 some percent chance of succeeding.
Yeah. So I can leap 45 feet. in the
You're
air.
at 46 feet into the air.
So yeah, just leap up. Second athletics check to grab. Or wait, does that count as number 2 or because? Sorry, I don't know how this works when it's not like attacks.
So grappling is an action, and that is your attack action. It counts as an action, right? So one of those
Right.
actions,
But
but it's not an attack.
Right, but does jumping with athletics force me to use an athletics number 2 with the penalty on this grapple?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's not great. 31 to grapple versus their
Against-
fortitude DC.
Against their fortitude, you met their fortitude DC. Ties go to the player in my games.
Okay, all right. This is just like reverse Lotus from Naruto. Just jump up, grab the guy, twist around, and slam into the ground.
You fall. Neither of you really take damage because he's not using wings to fly. He's just kind of floating there. You're pulling him down to the ground. Is just floats down.
Oh, it's a gentle. I grab him and then it's a gentle soft.
Yeah.
Well, this was unexpected, but gotcha.
Yeah. So just a second here.
I'm assuming the 31 was not a crit success, right?
Huh?
Just met it.
Yeah.
Oh
the
yeah,
30
you said I just met it.
You
Right.
just met it. No crits here. So, let me just take a look here just a second.
Okay, so he's grabbed.
Okay. That wasn't. Hang on. Or what? That was. Yep. Okay. So, let me. Hang on. I got to roll a die. Okay. All right, and interaction abilities. Hang on. Okay. All right, so you entered its aura.
Okay.
And there's a cloud of bone shards around it, and you take damage. You just take damage.
Okay.
You can avoid half of it by making a DC 40 reflex save.
Nope.
Nope.
So
So that is
it's 32. Right?
So when the creature moves into the emanation or begins its turn there, attempts to counteract any death ward effect on the creature. You don't have a death ward, so that doesn't matter. So you would take 14 and 18, 30,
32.
32. Yeah, 32 damage. Okay.
All right. It does not prevent the hug.
Does not prevent the hug. And you've got one more action.
I do not, because high jump is a 2-action ability.
Ah, okay. There we go. It is no longer your turn. It is the Skull Taker's turn. So, Now, when grappled, I want to check this because you've been reading up on it. When grappled, you have to make an escape action, or can you just attack?
Since he is grabbed and not restrained, he can still attack while grabbed.
Okay. It slashes at you with its claws. And I'm pretty sure a 50 hits.
A 50 does a regular hit, yes.
Okay. And so you take 26 plus 17 damage.
Oof.
Okay, sorry, I was reading more, rereading grapple stuff. 41. Hold on, I'm gonna do this here. Okay.
Okay.
I've made myself a health bar.
Okay. That's a good place to start. So we're going to move you. Oop, I'm on the wrong layer here. Going to move you here because you're right next to it. And I got to draw a circle. And that circle is going to be, well, in all honesty, it covers the entire frickin' thing. So, oops, hang on. So I'm pretty sure that's what I was reading here. Just, the Skull Taker causes splintered bones to erupt from all solid surfaces within 100-foot emanation, except for surfaces of worked stone. A creature moving through the bones takes 10 piercing and 10 negative damage for every 5 feet of movement. The first time each round a creature takes piercing damage from the splintered bones, it must make a reflex save or take a 10-foot circumstance penalty to all speeds for 10 minutes, or a 15-foot circumstance penalty for 24 hours on a critical failure. The bones remain in place until the Skull Taker uses this action again, or the bones are removed manually, which takes 10 minutes for each 5-foot square. This entire field where you are fighting is now covered in bones.
More bones?
Spikes of bones, like shards of bones spiking up everywhere. And you all hear in Orcish in your heads, because it can speak. Well, it just says because it can speak any language that it's absorbed. In Orcish, you hear, "You will make great final sacrifices to resurrect the master."
Why?
Because I'm
that's the end.
strong!
Yes, that's part of it, yes. Now, keep in mind, if you jump, you don't take penalties until you land.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is the Skull Taker's turn. And you have 3 javelins to throw as well.
Mm-hmm. First thing I want to do on Brick's turn is to determine whether or not Brick was actually smart enough to recognize the fact that this guy has like a field of shit around them.
Okay, perception check.
Okay. Let's see if I'm actually aware of that. 37.
You are aware there's some field of shit around it that hurt your friend.
Okay. Now, is there? I know we've said before there's lots of bones everywhere. Is there stuff that's like able to be picked up?
Not currently. Not from where you're at.
Like, wasn't there a dude over here that died?
Yeah.
Is that still there?
Yeah, some of it, yeah.
Okay.
Most of it got absorbed into the bone, the shard storm.
Well, since I was smart enough to recognize that, and I see these two dudes over here, I'm going to go and jump right onto this dude and clobber the crap out of him.
Okay.
Using my sudden leap ability, which gets me an attack on him. Here's my jump. 29.
That's a critical hit on a skeletal drive.
No, that was my athletics check to jump to get to that point first.
Yeah, that's far. I mean, you rolled high enough.
Yeah, perfect. Okay. So I jump, and as I'm jumping, I come down with my great axe. Boom.
Okay.
That was a 32.
That's a critical hit. I think you.
Actually, hold on. Looks like
wait, that's a crit fail. That's technically a crit failure.
Yeah, that's a 1. So okay.
That's fair. Okay.
Missed. That's fair.
You missed, but you landed. You can attack again.
The second strike was a 35.
And that's a critical hit.
Love it. So here's some damage. 72 points.
Yeah, this guy dies. And then I got to roll the die again. Okay. That's fine. It's not changing anything. All right. Now you did land, and that means because you landed, that's 5 feet of movement. Mm-hmm. You'll need to make a reflex save.
40.
Yeah, that should work.
Okay.
It does not say. It just says must succeed at a reflex save. Doesn't say what the DC for the save is. Weird.
For what?
Yeah.
What action?
That one. That's the splintered ground that's already out there. I mean, it's 100-foot emanation, right? So it's
probably the same spell DC as the thing that cast it.
Right, and that spell DC is 40, so you just made it.
I did just make it. Haha.
Yeah, I'd assume that too.
So, yep, you made it. You don't take a move penalty. And then you also have yeah.
And then for my last action, I would like to grab the helmeted skull of the thing I just smashed, and I would like to lob it at this dude right here.
Okay.
So this is my third attack. 35.
That's a critical hit.
Jesus. Okay. 94 points of damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's dead, and I've got to roll another die. Okay.
So I've got great axe in one hand, the torso of the thing I just clobbered in my other for an extra weapon, and I'm just waiting. That's my turn.
You got part of it, yeah. So it is now. Let's see if we've gone through here. Brick's turn. Brick killed everybody, so it comes back around to Patty. As long as you don't move, you don't take damage.
Which is excellent when you have a bow.
It is.
Yeah. I'm going to observe to get Monster Hunter going again.
Okay.
And I'm going to start blasting after that. But let me just get Monster Hunter going. That is a 36 on Monster Hunter.
Okay.
Oh, point of order, Jen. I still would have taken damage for landing, right? I still take the 10,
Right.
10
It's
piercing
20 damage. 10 physical and 10 negative. 10 piercing and 10 negative. Yeah. That's 20 points. Yep. Yep.
Perfect.
But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you succeed.
And then I'm going to fire 2 shots. 1 and 2.
The second one is a critical hit, but the first one is just a regular hit.
Okay. So that is 61.
So 17 and no, that's 17 damage plus 44 damage. So 54, 61. Or is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Okay.
Jen, I have one more thing. I apologize. I just realized something. I did not rage that turn, so my first attack should have had 12 less damage off on it, and my second one should have had 24 less damage. I don't know if that matters, but I just wanted to be above board.
No, that doesn't matter on the on the throw. That doesn't matter, and 12 less damage on your second attack that hit.
Yeah, so I did 2
Yeah, that
attacks.
doesn't matter
It didn't
either.
matter either
They're both
way.
high enough.
Okay, I just wanted
Yeah.
to check because I realized I didn't rage, but it automatically puts the rage damage on. So
Okay.
it's cool. I'm going to rage next turn anyway, so it won't matter from
Yep.
that point.
It's Spike's turn.
Do I want to keep holding on to it? Or
I feel like you should hold on to what you believe.
and what I believe is
Don't
that my
stop
shield
believing.
what I believe is that my shield boss can do a bigger incapacitation. So we're gonna hit it. We're gonna let go, and we're gonna grab the shield boss and we're gonna smash into it.
Okay.
43.
43 hits.
Okay. So it takes 19 bludgeoning and needs to make a fortitude save versus 35. Okay.
But it took 19 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Those are low numbers.
Those are low numbers for you, yeah. That's your max damage, but that 43 is a pretty low roll.
43 was a
12.
12.
It's only a 12. But yeah, this thing's not like most skeletons. This thing's a much stronger creature.
You know what? But you know what else is a much stronger creature? Brick is a much stronger creature.
What?
So let's just re-grab it. Why don't we? God damn it.
You do not succeed. At grab. It brushes you off this time.
Unfortunate. Because he can now do one of two things to me with a critical failure on a grapple check.
Yeah.
He can either grapple me and automatically do regular success, or force me to land prone.
Oh, he's going to force you to land prone.
Okay.
Now, you technically haven't moved. You have not traveled yet.
Yeah.
So you've not taken damage from that. But this is the end of your... Well, do you have an action left?
I do. I have one action left, and I'm just going to stand back up.
Okay. You also take... make your save.
It's reflex, right?
Yes.
37.
You do not succeed. So you take another 30 damage from the Shard Storm.
Is there any way to get even more bonuses after Monster Hunter?
You can aim.
Oh, I mean for like
Okay,
them to be able to like have saving throw bonuses.
Oh, saving throw bonuses? No.
Gotcha.
Not with what you guys have currently, no.
Okay.
That's it. That's
So-
my turn.
Okay. Hang on, let me see. What the heck is this one? There's no description for this spell. Why is there no description for this spell? What is this one? Hang on. Oh, that one's not useful. Let's see. What is this one? Just quickly looking at the spells this thing has, because I don't remember it having spells when I read the description earlier. Oh! Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. That one would work. Okay. Yeah. Roll it does a quick chant and casts Horrid Wilting.
Fun.
That damage is not accurate. Based on, oh no, that is accurate. Sorry, 10d10. Yeah, 10d10 negative damage from let's see. 10. Got to make
all three of us.
all three of you. Yeah.
Hmm.
Make a fortitude saving throw.
Fort save.
Spike,
Fail.
good job.
Yeah.
And-
Is it half damage or?
Nope.
Nope. The outcome for 1 degree of success worse than the result of their saving throw. Okay, so you succeeded at the saving throw, so that means you take half damage. If you'd critically succeeded, it'd be no damage.
Okay.
And neither of you critically failed, so you do take the full 45 negative damage.
Cool.
Puny.
It's 217.
And okay, and on its turn, because it's been one turn, where did that guy go? There he is. That was wrong. Here we go. This one spawns here. And this one spawns right here. Hang on, I got to roll their initiative to get them in the order here. There we go. Oh, nice. They fell in and they're in perfectly in actual order on the sheet here. I don't have to resort. All right. So the Skull Taker has one action left. I almost forgot. They do have technically one action left. And they're going to take a claw swipe at Spike.
Oh no, Spike!
Is that a critical Spike?
No.
No. Okay. So you take 28 damage. And you also need to make a saving throw. DC 40 Fortitude. Okay. You become drained 2 and doomed 1.
God. Okay. Man, we're not even to the dragon yet.
Right, how long are we going for tonight?
We're gonna kill this thing, and then we'll see if Billy wants to join us or not, and we'll either finish this in a quick recorded episode, or we finish it next month, depending on how Billy's feeling.
Gotcha.
Recovery is a bitch. Pardon my
Yeah.
language. Yeah.
I just wanted to know because I planned around the regular schedule night.
That's the plan. There's a reason that I had this all set up so that we could go for a second session if we needed to.
Cool.
But we don't have to. We can end it here after you kill this thing, so. That's its turn. It is Brick.
There's something next to Brick. I thought I killed you. They are going to rage first as an
Okay.
action. I rage! And then I am going to smash you with my axe.
Okay.
42.
It's dead. You do more damage to it on a critical hit, which you just did, than it can handle. I'm 90% certain.
Yeah, 72.
Yeah, you would have destroyed it with your regular attack.
Brick is then going to grab the skull of that thing and lob it at the big bone dude.
Okay.
43 to hit.
That is a hit.
Okay, then 36 points of damage.
Okay.
And then I end my turn.
Rick's really getting into that stuff that Patty's talking about.
What?
All right. So now it is the other skeletal champion's turn. And it takes a step towards you. And it takes a step towards you and it dies. It had no ranged attacks, and it's moving through the bone field. It died. All right. So it is now back to Patty's turn.
I'm gonna do something funny. I can fire once, I can fire twice. What about firing a third time?
Go right ahead. Shoot all 3 arrows at it. See if you succeed.
1,
Okay.
2,
Okay.
and 3.
That all 3 hit. 2 of them are crits. So that's 72 plus 19, 82, 91 more damage.
Cool.
Let's see here.
Patty tries to be somewhat like flashy with how it's fired, so in universe it's still show offy, but out of universe, like, still to be practical, because in Patty's own psyche, she is kind of like, oh, this is a threat.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That thing is hurting you, and those. Yeah. Yep. All right, and it is Spike's turn, and you are doomed.
I gotta find out what these things mean.
A powerful force has gripped your soul, calling you closer to death. Doomed always includes a value. The dying value at which you die is reduced by your doomed value. So if your
Okay.
maximum dying value is reduced to 0, you die instantly.
Okay, and I'm doomed 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my
Your
dying
doomed
value.
decreases by 1 each time you get a full night's rest.
Okay, so my dying value is now 4 because it was increased to 5 by one of the feats.
Yeah. Now, drained, you were drained 2, right? That was the other one?
Yes.
When a creature successfully drains you of blood or life force, you become less healthy. Drained always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to your drained value on constitution-based checks. You lose a number of hit points equal to your level times the drained value, and your maximum hit points are reduced by the same amount.
I'm
For
starting
example,
to look starting to look real rough.
If you have hit by an effect that inflicts drained 3 and you are a 3rd level character, you lose 9 hit points and your maximum hit points reduced by 9. Each time you gain a full night's rest, losing these hit points doesn't count as taking damage. They're just not there anymore.
Yeah.
Each time you take a full night's rest, your drained value decreases by 1. Okay. It is your turn, Spike.
We're gonna sunblade it
Okay.
straight out of the shield, just a whole big fucking beam. 38.
Does not hit.
Beam.
Beam. Again.
Okay.
37.
Does not hit.
Oof.
Again.
Can't lay on hands.
Dear gods.
That doesn't hit. That hurts. All right. It is the Skull Taker's turn. It sees you're not in good shape. So it is going to attack you, Spike. You could have raised the shield as one of those 3 actions, you know. Or don't wait, you have the reaction to raise your shield, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
Okay. Oh wait, no, that's while I have my shield raised.
Oh. Do you want to raise your shield?
What's this one? That's when I do other things. Yeah, I'll take that +1 armor.
Okay. So what's your AC?
43.
Okay, so that one hits. That one does not. That one hits your shield. So you take 24 plus 15 damage,
Yep, I took that.
39.
and then your shield takes the 35 damage. Because if
Okay.
it hits your shield's AC, your shield takes damage first.
But you have to
Okay,
use your
all right.
reaction for the shield to do it. It's just whenever you want it to do it.
Yeah, so your reaction catching that claw strike, which would normally have hit you, now
Yeah.
takes the damage on your.
Okay. Shield takes and minus hardness, so
So it has a hardness value. You subtract. Now the negative damage ignores hardness because it's just.
Right.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
but you'd reduce that 24 by the hardness. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
That is
I'm real fucking hurt, guys.
that is its turn,
Yeah.
and it is now Brick's turn.
Let's see here. Unfortunately, I can't just do a jump. It's a little farther than that.
You can jump.
No, I can jump. I have to do a long jump to get to this, to get to where he
Yeah.
is. So that's instead of
But your quick jump means you don't have to take a step.
which is good enough for me. Yeah, I'm going to. I see my friend over there, and I'll go, Brick, come to help and heal, and then jump, landing right there next to the thing, and making a swing. Uh, 41.
Ye-
41 doesn't hit.
No, just barely missed it.
That's a bummer. Okay. Second swing. 44.
That hits.
I'm like shit today. Oh no, that one wasn't too bad. I see. Anyway, that one does hit. Here's some damage. 32
Nice
points,
damage.
and he's also it pushes the guy back 5 feet
Okay.
because I have the what's it called?
So it moves
Oh, wait,
back 5
Wait a
feet.
minute, no, I would like to change that. I would like to change this
Okay.
real quick. I don't want. No, I'm sorry. I am going to do that. My bad. Sorry.
Okay.
I just realized that's not going to help. Yeah, it's knockback is what the ability is. Knockback when you swing, when you hit a foe, it knocks them back 5 feet. Now, will that also drag them across the bone ground? So that's kind of what I'm aiming for. I'm wanting to like hockey puck him.
Unfortunately, no. It kind of floats up as it gets knocked back. But I do need you and also Spike to roll reflex saves.
Oh no, Spike.
42.
You survived.
40.
You also passed it, so you take half damage. Which would have been, so it would have been 24, so you each take 12 from the shard storm that was around it.
Okay. Taking that out of my temporary hit points. Yep, 2 action long jump, third action strike. We're done.
Okay. And that goes back up then to Patty's turn.
Frick, damn it. Get out of there.
It's okay.
Patty-
You can you just shoot it.
Yeah,
It's not looking great.
Yeah.
It's in tatters right now.
yeah. In universe, Patty's still panicking. But out of universe, I'm just going to fire the Hunter's Anthem 3 times.
Okay.
A 1,
That
a
hit.
2,
That hits.
and a 3.
And all 3 are criticals at that level.
So that is 76 plus 130?
It's dead. You did enough damage to it to end it. And
Mhm.
you so here's a quick question. You've killed this one. Do you want to do a second session of this to fight a dragon, or do you want to end it here? These are options that I'm giving you because this is a limited shot. So
I'd be down to make this a 2-shot.
Let me suplex the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
okay. All right. So as Patty's last 3 arrows just puncture the thing's skull, splintering it, it cries out. You hear Orcish in your heads as it says, "Help is coming." And it falls to the ground and dissolves, just the robes lying in the spikes. The
Who said
spikes
that?
around you, and the spikes then also slowly disintegrate away, making the ground safer to move on again. And
Patty charges forward to hug.
you hear coming from the far distance a draconic cry. "I'm coming, my master."
Phrasing.
Fun.
So that is the end of this. That is the end of the session. You're going to want to spend a couple of turns healing.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Feel free to have as many random healing potions as you want. I never worried about that or gear beyond weapons for this kind of events. So you can spend several rounds healing if you really wish to. I'm going to give you 5 rounds before the dragon gets there. And we'll play that 2-parter either next month or as a sequel that's recorded. Depending on how Billy's feeling when we get closer, we'll let you know as viewers whether it's going to be a special episode continuation or a regular one. Thank you all for watching. We are going to raid you over to another stream, because right now our friend our friends at the Gender Federation are doing a mutual aid charity stream, and so we want to move everyone over there to at least keep the viewing going. Well, so go ahead and lurk. Feel free. It's a lot of fun. I'm just going to make sure that raid happens. Well, I'm making sure I send you to the right person. If everyone would do their exit info, that'd be great.
Like all at once.
All at once. All of us. Just say it. Everybody say it real quick. 1, 2, 3, go. Well,
I am here. I'm also here on Tuesdays. I'm Kamen. I play in this campaign where I'm normally a goblin. And otherwise, I'm a metaphorical goblin who is actually a tarantula girl on the Tuesday evening Mutants in the Now stream that runs at 6 p.m. till 9:30. This is our last month. Don't worry, it's about to get heated.
Ooh. All right. Anything for either of you?
yep, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
I'm Matthew R. Dawson. You can always find me at Scruffy Wanderer on the tweets and the Instas. You can always find me every Monday and Wednesday at about 6 p.m. Central Time, running games on my channel, which is Random Rhapsody. You can find Random Rhapsody on both YouTube and Twitch, and pretty much anywhere else. So come say hi.
Yeah, hi. I'm Tensei, and have been Tensei the entire time, despite what some may have you believe. I can be found on Blue Sky and in the All on the Table Discord server as Tensei Dragon, TENSEI DRAGON. I do a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna list out here due to time, but if you follow me on either one of those places, I will tell you about it. Also, my blue sky is filled with cute anime boys, so a plus.
It's always fun.
And I am, as always, Jen Giggles. I will be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, 5 a.m. Pacific Time, for another stream. This is a special event stream as part of the Gender Federation's mutual aid fundraiser that's going on. Right now, I'm showing that we'll be rating over, it looks like, to Sunberry, our friend Sunberry. Sun is usually doing art and doodles for these, so let's raid you over, and I will see you in the morning if you're willing to join me.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.
Oh, we missed it. It went to Pixel. Dang it. We just missed it.